Hey everybody, it's me, John Ward, and welcome to our Thanksgiving horror films video. And I'm really happy to have two guests with me today because I was originally going to do this by myself. And but now look who we have here. Look who we have. Guys, please introduce yourselves to everybody.
Tim, you go first, man. You go first.
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. Tim Hatch, filmmaker, actor. We're excited about this holiday season. We have a lot of great films out. Amityville Thanksgiving and Amityville Turkey Day, and Yule Log and Sister Krampus on my end. Yeah.
Oh, Sister Krampus. I got that in another stack over there with Krampus movies.
Nice.
So awesome.
That was a good one that needs to be talked about more. Sister Krampus. That was a fun one. I enjoyed it. I'm director Will Collazo, and yeah, I'm excited to be here. We team up once again. This is my third John Ward show, right?
Or I know fourth. We got that's is it 3? I think that's right. I know we got one filmmaker and this, and then I'm trying to think of what would be the other one.
I think we did 2, right? We did 2. We did one filmmaker, and then we did another show, right? Am I correct or no?
It's possible.
It's possible. I think so. I think so. Because Sterling did it right after me.
We did one together, but it was on somebody else's podcast. It was for Zomghouls.
Zomghouls, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So basically what we got here, just to let people know, is I have a few tabs up that have lists of Thanksgiving horror movies. Some I had no idea were Christmas. Thanksgiving horror movies. Christmas horror movies, that's next month. And nice. I have a little stack of movies right here. And then I have 2 very special ones right here, which we'll talk about, definitely. So what do you think of Thanksgiving, like horror film themed movies? I didn't know that there were this many. I thought there were only like 3 or 4.
I was just gonna say I love them, and there needs to be more. It needs to be more, but there's more than we know apparently, because I just looked at the list that you were talking about, and I saw a bunch I had no idea that were considered, Thanksgiving horror films.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about you, Tim?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize there was so many either. But yeah, there's definitely there's a lot that keeps kind of sneaking out lately. But yeah, there's quite a few out there. But yeah, there could always be more.
Yeah, it's there are certain holidays that just seem to only have a few, and then there's certain holidays that have like 100. So
yeah.
I think like Memorial Day only has 1, and it's called Memorial Day.
We better get on that, Will.
I know.
I think we're planning that, right?
The next time we talk on the phone, I'm going to go through all the holidays. We were just doing that recently too. We just went through that. We're like, what holiday kind of movie could we put Amityville in front of?
It's funny you say that, because one of the lists does mention a title like that. So which we'll get to. So so what I have here in this little stack is they're in no particular order. So it's just and I'm missing one, which is unfortunate. I'm missing Harvest of Fear, which is a double feature, and it's somewhere in this, I don't know, this just jungle of movies that I own, and I just couldn't quickly find it. But so we'll do. How about this? We'll talk about 3, and then we'll talk about one of them that you guys made, and then we'll look at a couple more, get into one that you guys made. That work?
Sweet.
Sure.
Okay. So first we'll go old school with The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Is that a classic? Have you guys seen this one?
Everybody has heard of it. Now, I get that confused with The Burning a lot for some reason. And was this before Friday the 13th Part 2? This movie, was it released before that?
Yeah, this was the 70s. This is based on a true incident. This is actually where they got the the idea for Friday the 13th.
That's what I was just gonna say. You could see that Friday the 13th
Oh.
kind of ripped him off because he had the burlesque stack on his head in part 2. Wow.
Yeah, this was takes place in it's the Phantom Killer, and it has one of my favorite actors, Andrew Prine, who was also in Grizzly, but it has Dawn Adams, who was from Gilligan's Island.
So is it a slasher? It's a slasher? Because we all heard about it. I haven't seen it. I heard, we've all seen clips and heard of it.
Yeah, Charles B. Price, who also did The Legend of Boggy Creek, so that's his Bigfoot movie. It's Texarkana, Texas. And
Texarkana, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a killer who went around and had the bag over his head, and he was just killing people.
And it was a true story. Okay.
True story. Yeah.
Yes,
kind of
I've
like
heard
the
that.
Zodiac.
I've heard
the
that.
Zodiac Killer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And they did a requel to it. So there's like a remake sequel to it.
Yes, I've heard of that. I heard of that too. It wasn't very good though, right?
I liked it. I liked both quite a bit.
Okay.
I prefer this one out of the two, but
okay.
And it's Scream Factory. It's 1979. But it's there's audio commentary and all this type of stuff on here. So it's a really good film, and it kind of scared me a little bit because he'll just go to a window and just shoot somebody. He doesn't care. But it is kind of like the Zodiac Killer in a way that they never found him. They never caught him.
Wow.
So he's probably dead by now, but since this was the 70s.
It actually looks pretty freaky the way he looks. I'm looking at pictures right now. I just can't. Was there any iconic kills in it that we would know?
Oh well, the film actually takes place in 1946.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Yeah, but it was made in the 70s. But
I gotta watch this one now. In 1946, he killed 5 people in Texarkana. Yeah.
Yeah, there's with a trumpet. He kills a person with a trumpet.
Yeah, I see the trumpet. Yeah. Interesting.
Shoots people. I think there's a couple strangulations. Big guy.
Yeah.
But this is pretty cool because it comes with another one of the director's films called The Evictor. The Evictors.
Okay.
So it's a double feature disc, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
But I didn't know this was Thanksgiving. I guess I should.
Yeah.
I've seen it a few times, but it just didn't dawn on me that it was Thanksgiving.
It's a movie that always comes up and people always talk about, though. It definitely is in everyone's list. Yeah,
it's a great film. This is one that I just found out tonight, and I raced over to and grabbed it. Escape Room is a Thanksgiving movie.
What?
Really?
Had no idea.
I did see it.
I didn't see that. I've been meaning to see that because I know they made a second one too.
It's see if I can find it here. It's on one of these lists. I liked it. It's a good film. Escape Room 2019. Escape Room's connection to Thanksgiving is somewhat tenuous, but it's a PG-13 thriller.
I was just gonna say that it's one of those big Hollywood PG-13 horror films.
Yeah. Thanksgiving is a time to think about what you are thankful for. For the characters in Escape Room, they are tricked into participating into a deadly game that in some way should make them feel thankful for their lives if they manage to escape with them. Escape Room takes place in late November during Thanksgiving break for college student Zoe Davis. At first, Zoe and 5 other people think they are playing an escape room for a cash prize, but they quickly realize that losing means death. They also realize that they are picked for a reason because they are trapped in rooms, each represent a moment in the player's life. So
it took place around Thanksgiving, on Thanksgiving, but there's not really too many Thanksgiving elements in the actual film, right? So, but it was more in the time period. Okay. So it falls into the category. Yeah.
I guess you could argue that this is a Thanksgiving movie in the same way you can argue that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yes, exactly. That's a good comparison.
And then here's one that you were just mentioning is Deadly
Ah,
Premonition.
you know, when I was a child, I used to watch that on Channel 11 all the time. You know, and then one day I saw the unedited version when she throws the head at the lady from the Goonies, you know, the basketball, and her head
Oh,
just
yeah.
explodes.
Oh yeah, right.
I was like, damn, can a basketball really explode your head? Yeah.
I guess when you're a robot.
Yeah.
Or there,
I mean,
there she is.
I saw that like 100 times when I was a kid. It was an amazing movie. It was always on TV. It was just always on TV. They must have had a deal with it that they showed it like every other night.
Yeah, it's this is another Scream Factory one.
Do you remember how she became a robot? I can't remember.
Her dad kills her
And
because her dad's abusive, and I think her dad hits her or strangles her or something.
Yeah, I remember the strangulation. Yeah.
So yeah, that's all. But once again, I had no idea that this.
And
was
doesn't she walk like this with her fingers? Like I kind of remember. It's starting to come back a little bit. She's like moves like a robot too. Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason she's all dead looking and moves like a robot.
And I just remember that basketball scene. That's iconic right there.
Yeah, that was probably the best scene in the whole movie. So
yeah.
But yeah, I had no idea that this is Thanksgiving. Is this even on? I don't think that this is on anybody's list.
The 80s were big on head explosion scanners, all that stuff. You know, they're like they big exploding head gag. It was like very big for them back then.
Yeah, those were the best times for head explosions.
I like how he looks like a demented Johnny Five on the artwork too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does look a lot like Johnny Five. I was gonna say BB-8, but I'm like, no, he's not like BB-8. But let's see, how does this connected to?
Yeah, how would that be connected to? I thought that was more of a Halloween type movie. I remember, you know.
Oh yeah,
I remember seeing.
Oh, it says here, on Thanksgiving, Samantha has dinner with Paul and his mother, and Samantha and Paul share their first kiss. Samantha returns home late that night, outraging her father, who pushes her down the stairs.
Yes, I remember that. Okay,
that's it. Yeah.
She breaks her neck.
Yeah, at the hospital, Paul learns that Samantha is brain dead.
That was another thing in the 80s. Every time you fell down the stairs, you broke your neck in movies. It was just an instant neck break in the 80s. Remember the close-up shot with the neck snapping? Classic stuff.
And of course, this is Wes Craven too.
Mm-hmm.
Legend. What a legend.
And then we'll take a look. Now, this is a weird one. Grindhouse double feature for Tales from the Grave, volumes 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
This is Stephanie Beaton did these two.
Okay.
And I'm looking it up, and it says, which is weird, is it doesn't list it on here, but according to, so I still
were those super low? Were those super low budget, or were they B movies? I'm trying to think.
Oh, they're low budget.
Okay.
Yeah, they're definitely low budget. But it's weird because what they list on here is not on. So it says here, Tales from the Grave, Volume 2, Happy Holidays. There is nothing on here called Happy Holidays.
Maybe it was a special edition.
Yeah. Love Bites, which I would guess maybe would be Valentine's Day. Luck of the Irish, I think that's kind of obvious. Trick or Treat, Meet the Family, MEAT, and Angel. Not on here.
Did they have a blockbuster run or no? I'm trying to remember. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it is this cover. It's the exact cover, but it's not.
You know what happened? Bela Lugosi did a Tales from the Grave. Maybe that's mixing it up.
I mean, it says does say Stephanie Beaton.
Okay.
Come join the old crone one more time. Well, I guess she maybe plays an old crone. I guess maybe like a host. One more time of this chilling sequel. This time around, the crone takes you on a year's holiday journey. Watch what happens on Valentine's Day. Becomes a bloodbath. The luck of the Irish will be the only thing that will save you on St. Patrick's Day. Be careful of the curse of the mummy on Halloween night. And then it kind of cuts off, but it says on Thanksgiving, a turkey.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
So it's on here somewhere. It's one of these.
One of the shorts. Okay. I like that
Yeah.
Grindhouse double feature. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So who did she tried to sue somebody that we know.
Really?
Because he also had his series called Tales from the Grave.
I remember the low budget one, like the super, super low budget one. Let me see.
I was part of it.
I know who you're talking
That would
about.
be a Mr. Ferguson.
The one we don't speak of.
Yeah, he who shall not be named, but we just did.
Not be named.
But he had his own Tales from the Grave series. I think he had
like a green, yeah.
Yeah, like a three seasons, if you want to call it seasons. And then I guess that she threatened to sue him because he was using the same title.
Yeah.
And he contacted me and he's like, this chick's trying to sue me. And I'm like, you can't sue over a title. Maybe if it's called Star Wars, but you know, you can't. Tales from the Grave, I don't, you know, she probably does have a copyright on.
You could have the same title, but it has to, you know, the content has to differentiate from the other thing. You know, so you can have a movie called Batman, but you can't have a guy in a bat suit. It has to be, you know, not blatant like that, you know?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, maybe they just got the name wrong on the back. So, all right, here we go. Are you guys ready?
Let's do this.
I need the lowdown on Amityville Thanksgiving.
Wow. The holiday classic.
Yeah, from SRS. So Ron Bonk. We'll give Ron Bonk a shout out there. A shout out. And we'll try to shoot the turkey, but so tell me about this this movie, you guys. Tell me what's going on here.
Go ahead, Tim.
Look, we even have and Tim.
You're the one that's. I mean, I'm there for the ride. It was it was great to be a part of this. But yeah, your tales that you tell, Will, that I've heard a few times are quite I mean, it's a movie within a movie. Just the making the movie.
the lore of it, and just that, and what it's become and everything. It's pretty amazing. It was what came out 2 Thanksgivings ago, and it was a phenom. It was really a phenom. We did it for SRS Cinema, and he gave us a certain amount of money, and we got it done. A really small amount of money, and we got it done. And we lost the footage. We lost the fucking footage, and thank God Dave Rodriguez was able to recover it. And
oh geez,
Ron Bonk is like, I need my movie right now. So I edited it in like a week and got it to him. And then Mark was too sick to film. We had a bunch of pickup shots, so I had to ask, you know, some people to help me out and do some interviews at the end of it. But you know, it really became a phenom. It blew up everywhere. We just woke up one morning and it was in Fangoria. Julie's face was everywhere, and we were like, "Oh my God, we don't know how people are gonna take it." There she goes. Yeah, there she goes.
Jeez,
but it was a blast to make.
Box is terrific.
Yeah, he really put a lot of effort.
So we have audio commentary, interview with lead actor, trailer, SRS trailers, and captions.
Yeah, it's a fully loaded DVD.
I mean, get rid of everything else. We got captions. Who cares about audio commentary?
That interview is Mark's last interview too. It was the last thing we went to a park. It was the last thing he was physically able to do. And the thing is with that, everybody saw the turkey, so everybody was complaining there was no turkey in the movie. So we made part 2, which had the turkey.
Okay, yeah, we'll get to more of that. So
yeah,
what was your so this is 73 minutes, it's unrated. and it's Cult Cinema. Now that's your company.
Yeah.
Okay. So just what was it like? How did the idea come about? Tell me.
It was supposed to be like The Strangers. That was the original script. And yeah, so it was a Thanksgiving what do you call it? Invasion. What do you home invasion movie? And Ralph Ray, what's up?
We got even more people. Thank you, Ralph. Thank you for joining us.
The star of Amityville Turkey Day.
When did it start? I thought I was late to the party here.
We're talking about Amityville Thanksgiving right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, we just started talking about it. So we've looked at. Let me know if you've seen any of these. Have you seen Town That Dreaded Sundown?
Yes, absolutely.
He knows all the horror movies, man. Watch.
Yeah,
okay.
He's like Julie. They like watch everything.
And we talked about Escape Room.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Deadly Friend. Surprisingly, these are all Thanksgiving movies.
Yeah. Yep.
And the last one is the Grindhouse double feature of Tales from the Grave by Stephanie Beaton. And it's supposed to have a film called Happy Holidays, which for some reason is not listed on here. So it's on volume 2.
Yeah, that one I haven't seen.
So that brings you up to speed. So good timing. Thank you for being here. So now, we're talking about this, and Will's just giving us some details. So whatever info you would like to give on this, please do. Please talk away, you guys. Thank you.
I enjoyed that one very, very much. And I have my own physical copy of that, and that's been a Thanksgiving tradition now. And now,
thank you.
It will be another tradition.
Yeah, and it's a very special movie because it was Mark's last film, and it put him in all the freaking famous websites, his face and everything, and people talked about him, and it got him that attention. He got to be a star for a little while. That's what it really meant. So it was really important. And it was crazy. It was a raunchy comedy, and we had fun making it, and I had some good moments. I wish things were more fleshed out. When I did Camp Blood 6 Part 2, I did all the effects for that for the first time, right? So I was telling Tim this story recently, and I got to kill people and stuff, right? And do the effects and everything. If I would have done that when I did Thanksgiving, it would have been so much better because I would have put so many more kills. I guess you have to do effects and kill people, and it unlocks the part of your brain where you think about killing people, for effects and stuff. Because I was like, we could have done this. He could have killed me and Julie in that movie and ate our body parts. So the story was, it was a home invasion movie, and 2 girls canceled the night of. So we had to change it. So what are we going to do? We have these older actors here. We'll make them a couple. And then me and Julie woke up early in the morning and we rewrote the script and made it. He was a cannibal, demonic psychiatrist or whatever. So that's how we came up with it. So if we would have had a plan, he would have been eating body parts and everything. We would have done so much more, but it was just, and he was not well. The lead actress was not well. So there was a lot of things going on, but we got it done. It became its own little phenom.
Oh, sweet. Okay. And how many days did it take you to shoot?
3 days. 3 days total. It was 2 days. Wow. 2 days on set, and then 1 day for pickup shots.
What were the days like?
They were awesome, man. It was fun. They were a lot of fun. It was just tough because people were not, physically well, but it was fun. They weren't bad. A lot of good food, a lot of laughs, and it was just really back to basic low budget filmmaking because we were doing bigger budget stuff. You were there, John. We were doing a lot of bigger budget stuff.
Yeah, it was Zom goals. Yeah,
this was coming back down to doing something for $1,000 budget basically, but it was fun. I only have good memories of that set.
Man, you definitely have stories for these films. I mean, it's with Zomgoals and now Amityville Thanksgiving, and
you got to listen to my Amityville Thanksgiving podcast that I did, and I told all the dirty details. I can't talk about it on this show, but listen to that when you get a kick out of it. There's some amazing stories on there,
Yeah, you mentioned to me, you're like, we should do a Zomgoals commentary, and I'm like, no,
we'll get in trouble.
No, but nobody would work with us ever again.
We'll get in so much trouble. We'll get in so much trouble. At one point, so Mark was basically in heart failure, dying on Thanksgiving, and he passed out one point. You know, he was like gone. You know, we didn't know if he was coming back, man. And then it got to the point where it was so bad he couldn't hold his urine anymore. So we're just talking in the front lawn, and he just whips out his dick and just starts pissing right in front of me. Poor guy, geez. Man. Yeah, poor guy, man. But you know what? Despite all that, he got the movie done. You know, and it was big for Julie because she got to. I had to go pick up the effects guy. It was like an hour away, so she got to direct for the first time and shoot scenes on the camera for the first time. So it was a big growing experience for her. You know.
Wow. And did you have plans on making a sequel?
Yes, when it went crazy, when it exploded and we got all that amazing attention, I was like, yeah, we got to do it, and we got to do it for Mark, and we got to give them the killer turkey.
So what do you think the difference is between Amityville Thanksgiving and all the other Amityville films, especially ones that have like weird titles? Why does Amityville Thanksgiving stand out?
It's more original. The concept is more original. It may, God bless you, it may have not been executed as well with the means that we had, but I think it was more original and very unique. How many cannibal sex counselors are there or whatever? Sex therapists are out there, you know? Just one. Frank DeMonico, baby.
There you go. And Ralph, what do you have any memories? Do you have any stories you'd like to share?
I wasn't on that set for the Thanksgiving, Amityville Thanksgiving. I came in with Cult Cinema for Amityville Turkey Day. That was my first.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my intro.
So yeah, we'll get to that one very soon. So, all right, cool. So I expect many stories.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what you say about the set and everything. Tim, what about you? Do you remember the experience of Turkey Day? Because you were right there when it happened. I remember contacting you. You remember with all, there was so many things going on.
You mean or working on the first one?
Yeah. Just after we did it, and the reception was insane.
Yeah. It was pretty overwhelming, and yeah, what a treat. I mean, I expected that the film would do pretty well and stuff, but I had no idea that it would become what we ended up having. Was definitely in my probably top 5 movie experiences that I often talk about as a Cinderella tale.
Yeah,
there's a few others, and this one was definitely a part of that. So it was pretty unique, and it's great that Mark had that experience.
And it made it far. It's streaming on Screambox right now, which is huge, you know. So it made it far. I mean, it's on all, you know, what is it, Voodoo they call it now and stuff. So it did really well. It's on some big sites, some big streaming sites. So a lot of people are consuming it, and they're like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah. And then this Cinema Snob guy has done a few of those things now.
Yeah, he loves it. He watches it every year.
Tim, how many Amityville films have you now been in?
Oh, I'll just say 8.
More than any of us here.
There'll probably be a few more coming and a few more yet to come, but let's just say 8 for now.
Tim and Poloni have the exclusive 20 movie Amityville contract.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so now we'll go into, and Ralph, how we're doing this is I have some tabs up here with a list of Thanksgiving horror movies that I'm looking at, and I have a small stack of films here too that we're looking at, and then we'll go through a few of these, and then we'll pop over to Amityville Turkey Day.
Awesome.
So, now this is one that you guys may think I'm crazy on. I didn't like the movie of this. I liked the trailer, but I didn't like the movie. That'd be Thanksgiving.
No, it's Grindhouse you got there.
Oh,
no, but the movie is Thanksgiving.
Oh, I got you. Wait, the one that just came out last year?
Yeah, the Eli Roth film.
You didn't like it?
No, I like the trailer, the fake trailer that's on this better.
I loved it. I thought it
was
maybe.
I have to agree with Will. I saw a lot of people didn't like the Thanksgiving movie, but I actually really enjoyed it only because, for one, I think the kills were genius. Like there were some really cool kills in that movie that you wouldn't have thought, where possible, they came up with really cool scenarios.
Yeah.
I thought the kills were they were new. They were newer kills. Like, it wasn't like you always see horror movies that have the same type of kills all the time. It's repetitive. This one had like new kind of concepts on how they were killing people. That's what I liked about it.
It's not perfect. I would say it's like an 8 out of 10, but it got reviewed so well, John. I'm surprised you don't like it. And it's a throwback to the 90s slashers. It's like almost like Scream. I Know What You Did Last Summer. It had so many like it was so similar to that. What didn't you like about it, John? I'm interested. I thought you would love that.
I thought it was toned down for Eli Roth. I was hoping that they would release maybe like an unrated one. I liked in the trailer where the girl's on the trampoline and she falls right on the knife. I thought seemed much more violent in the trailer. I thought that he was playing it. I felt he was playing it safe. I didn't think that he was going as far as he could. And now I guess maybe if he made a sequel, because of Terrifier, maybe
I was just gonna say that. I was gonna say that. Okay,
he said he is doing another, I believe.
So he had to kind of do it for the mainstream, but I think Terrifier broke the molds.
Right.
And now the mainstream is accepting of extreme horror like that.
Again,
so, Terrifier 3 had to come out and really, be a massive hit. It was bigger than even Terrifier 2. It had to be a massive hit. And now people are going to be more accepting. It's like a new generation it brought in of film. So, yeah, he was playing it safe. I agree. He was definitely playing it safe. He was doing it for the mainstream, and it was a huge hit. No, I loved it. I think it's a yearly Thanksgiving tradition now, like Ralph said,
Yeah, I thought the kills were pretty cool. That's what it kind of stood out. Like right from the beginning of the movie, I believe is when the girl gets her tongue stuck to the refrigerator or whatever it was.
Yeah, that was nasty.
She got stuck there. Like that. You're not going to see something like that. So that was pretty cool.
I think I need to rewatch it. Maybe I'll watch it on Thanksgiving then.
Watch it with fresh eyes.
I also agree with him though. It's very tame for Eli Roth. So I mean, I don't know if maybe censors stepped in and tone this down a little bit, or
Well, it was a big studio film too, but the gore was pretty intense. Really, like when in the beginning, the Black Friday scene. When her scalp gets ripped off, and when the pole goes through the guy's eye. Oh, it was pretty intense, man. They had some crazy. It wasn't Terrifier 3, but it had some good gore in there.
I guess I was hoping maybe for that unrated version.
I know they had to cut down the woman, the turkey-based scene where she's like cooked. They said Tim was just telling me that they had to cut that down. It was too intense. So I know they did cut a lot of stuff down for audiences.
Yeah, so we need that uncut version. We need that, and then
I'm sure they have it.
Well, it's kind of like how everybody loves House of Thousand Corpses, but me.
Oh, I love that movie. I'm
like, no, I want that uncut Rob Zombie, director's cut.
If it wasn't for that movie, I wouldn't be here today, because that's the movie that inspired me to get into horror. Because
I'll take Devil's Rejects.
That's a masterpiece too.
So but we need that, I guess, according to Rob Zombie. There's just it's never going to be found.
Everybody craps on Rob Zombie, man, but he's a freaking legend, man, because he did a lot of groundbreaking stuff and extreme stuff. I know a lot of people criticize him and say he's not the best and stuff, but he inspired a lot of people in a lot of movies.
I love his music. I'm just very hit and miss on his movies.
No, I heard a lot of people say that. You're not the only one,
Yeah,
I had arguments with people, and they're like, "Oh no, it's bad," and this. I'm like, "No, it's not, man. Those were really important movies for the time, 31's a great movie from him that a lot of people didn't see. Have you ever seen that one, 31? That's a great movie.
Oh yeah, I've seen all his films. Yeah, so I own most of them, but not all of them yet. I'll probably get all of them anyways.
His Halloween, the first one, was not bad at all, and people hated it.
It was different.
Yep. See, and here's the thing is, I liked Halloween 2 better than Halloween, because to me it was pure Rob Zombie.
Yes, I like Halloween 2 better too. I like that better too.
To me, Halloween was just John Carpenter, and he threw in a beginning, and but Halloween 2, that was pure.
It was
Rob
fun.
Zombie.
It was a fun slasher. It was a little goofy at times, but it the ending and the white horse thing and everything. But it was still amazing, man. I still have fun watching it.
Yeah, and of course it matters. Like there's 3 different versions of Halloween and 2 of Halloween 2.
Yeah.
So it just depends on which one you want to watch. Because I don't know if you could find it online anymore, but I have the work print that allegedly Rob Zombie leaked. And then
The only
there's
thing
the
is, like,
theatrical version and the
Michael
Blu-ray.
was a little too big and hulking. You know, it didn't feel like Michael Myers. That was the only thing I would say. But it was still cool. The characters were still fun, and it gave us Scout, who we worked with before. You know, so which is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah,
I was
right.
gonna say one thing about the rating. No movie got, like, I don't want to say the word, freaking raped by the censors. Than the Friday 13th movies. Those
Hey,
movies,
I don't get paid for this. You can say whatever you want.
those movies got edited down so much. Like, all the gore and kills got edited down so much. You know, it sucks, man, that those movies ended up like that. Because I would love to see the rated kills.
Yeah, the MPA, or what was the
MPA,
MPAA,
yes.
needs to be, they need to be doxed. You know, we need to know who they are, and they need to stop sneaking around because they ruin our movies.
Yeah, but they especially went after Jason for some reason.
Oh yeah. And at first they didn't, so which is weird. So the next one here is an Amityville movie, but it's not your Amityville movie. It's a different Amityville movie.
What?
And this is out of print. This is the Amityville box set.
Oh wow!
This is
Looks
from
great.
Vinegar Syndrome.
So,
and what you get,
that's awesome.
yeah, so the reason why I pulled this out, for people who love Amityville films, you have the box set of the first 3 movies with the documentary, and then you would get this.
Okay.
I got it off of eBay, but what you get with it is, you know, Amityville 4, The Evil Escapes, Amityville 1992, It's About Time, Amityville A New Generation, and Amityville Dollhouse. And the reason why I brought it out was this: Amityville A New Generation, which deals with the mirror, is the Thanksgiving movie.
Wow. And how are those? Were they good? I haven't seen those.
Oh, these are good. These are official sequels. So yeah, these are good. This is where the cursed objects took, you know, were the first ones to take place. So, you know, you have mirror, dollhouse, lamp, and clock.
So speaking of that, so for Amityville Thanksgiving, me and Julie actually went to the house. We lived 25 minutes from there. We drove there to get B-roll, and it was an amazing experience. You know, we passed the bar where he went and had a drink before he killed the family. It was like 5 minutes from the house, and we went there. Man, there's an eerie feeling in that town. It was cool though, but you could feel, I don't know how to explain it, man. It was just such an eerie feeling, and just to be in front of the house, people are living there right now.
Yeah, I want to buy that house.
I have a funny story about that, actually.
Go ahead.
The actual house. When I was really young, my father took me to the house because it was up for real estate. So my dad was actually looking into buying it.
Get out of here. That's awesome.
I remember this. I sat at the car. I did not get out of the car. Like, because I already knew stories about it. So I'll stay in the car, Dad. Like, I looked at the house enough for me. Because back then it wasn't changed like it is now. Like, it still had the old classic windows that look like eyes. So just seeing it the way it was back then, like now, if you look at it now, it doesn't look like the same house. Like they definitely altered it a lot. But I know at one point they said that recently an owner had made the Amityville house into an escape room. So I don't know if that's still going on, but that would be kind of cool to go do an escape room in the actual house.
Yeah. John, can I share the screen? I just put a picture of I just put a video on my TikTok of the Amityville house when I drove by. Hang on. Can you see that or no? I don't know if you could see that.
I think add to stage. There we go. Okay.
There it goes. This is how it looks now.
Oh.
You see it there? See, they put a light there.
The windows are now square. They took off.
But they still have the eyes though. If you could see. But they put a light there so it blocks you from recording. Those bastards. You see that light there? So it blinds you because it's at a stop sign. The house is at a stop sign. So people stop and take pictures. So that light lines up. So it goes right into your eye. So you can't take a picture of it. So
wow.
I drove by one night.
That is awesome.
See it right there? So it blinds you. All right.
Well, the whole thing is they allowed parts 1, 2, and 3 to be shot at the house. And then there was way too much tourist stuff. and they went to, because that house is normal. Like that's a regular looking house. If you were to drive in that area, there are other houses that look like that. It's not unique in its look. And then you know, once they said no, you can't film here anymore, you can't do any of this, they did use this different house. And then from there, with like the items that they find, that's all was done because they couldn't shoot there anymore. So like, well, crap, we can't use the house. So now we'll say it's a chair, or you know, as Mark Polonia did, you know, a plank of wood, you know, something like that. So, but your film, your Amityville Thanksgiving doesn't have an item from that movie, or from the actual house. So yours is one of the rare ones that, you know, does not have a cursed item.
Just the doctor, you know. But the cool thing about that house is actually on the water. There's a dock behind it, and it's on the water. There's a body of water right behind it, which is pretty cool.
It's
very interesting. It's so interesting.
Yeah,
you can tell it's the Amityville house. They try to change it, but you can tell it's the Amityville house. It's a big house.
Yeah, because to us, we would know what it looks like, but to maybe like a person, they would just kind of go by it going, where is it? Where is it?
You're right.
I would buy it and I would restore it. I would put it back to the way it looked during the DeFeos and Lutz. Maybe do like a bed and breakfast, or maybe try to let people shoot there if the neighbors would allow it. But I would love to own that house. I would.
So if you guys don't know, the DeFeos are the family that was murdered by the son who said he heard voices.
Ronnie,
and then the Lutz is the family that moved in and got haunted. So that's how it went.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Do you guys believe all of that? Do you believe that Ronnie was on drugs and
I believe it,
killed everybody, and that the house is haunted?
I've been there, man. I've been there. I believe it.
I think honestly, I believe in the supernatural stuff. Like I'm sure there was a presence in the house, because there was that documentary that kid Danny had done. Now he's all grown up now from.
Oh, my Amityville Horror. Yeah.
Oh wow, I never seen that.
Yeah, I am different.
Tell a good story. Ralph, we lost you for a second, Ralph.
Yeah, Danny Lutz, he had a documentary called My Amityville Horror, and he talked about his experience at the house. And I mean, the way he talked about it, I don't doubt that he went through that stuff. But I think when it came to DeFeo, I think it was a mafia hit.
Right.
That's one of the theories.
Wow, that could have been too. They were, especially in that area.
Because the thing is, like, let's be honest. If we're all in the house together, say we're all roommating, and all of a sudden someone walks in the house and uses a shotgun, we're all going to wake up. Like, we're not going to be all sleeping in the bed still. Like, it wasn't like a silencer. There was a shotgun being used, they had said. So how do you kill all 5 or 6 people in there without anybody getting up and trying to run out of there? Like, you hear a shotgun in your house in the middle of the night, your reaction is going to be, you're terrified. You're going to go running, you know. But all these people were found face down in the beds, like assassinated style.
You know, that's a good point. Even a handgun and shotgun is the loudest noise you could hear. Literally, your ears pop.
And stuff
too.
And they said that DeFeo's father, there was some kind of money thing going on, that somebody was visiting the house saying that he owed them money. So it definitely looks more like a hit as far as the killings go. I don't think DeFeo, the son, carried it all by himself. Like, definitely other people involved there. But yeah, DeFeo was on drugs. I mean, he was saying he was doing a lot of drugs at the time too. So who knows what his mental state was when, you know, these things were happening. But yeah, they have documented proof. Like, there's that one picture of the child. I don't know if, I'm sure you guys have seen it if you watched the documentaries about
stairs,
the kid peeking around the door, and it looks like, you know, the kid from one of the brothers from the DeFeo family. That's creepy, because like it's so scary looking. The kid's just looking straight at the camera, and it's like,
that gave me chills. It gave me chills because I just remembered it.
And he wasn't in the house when they were doing their seances and stuff in there, so it's just, you know, clicking a picture, it just randomly showed up, and they were like, "Oh my God, there's a kid standing there." So yeah, that's pretty creepy.
I mean, there's a ton of like theories on what happened.
Is so hard.
I mean, one of them being that Dawn was the one, the sister, got got them to do it, is that she was the one that it was just supposed to be Ronnie and Dawn kill the parents, but then Dawn also shot the kids, and Ronnie didn't like that, so he ended up shooting her. So there's a lot of...
put that picture of the ghost boy up if you guys want to see it. That's jacked up.
Yeah, that's
okay. So and the Warrens were involved, so it's legit, man. Ed and Lorraine Warren, so I would like to see what they said about it. I never saw what their theory was on it. I know they were involved in it, but I never, except for the movies, I don't know.
I know Lorraine was saying in one of the documentaries that she was like 100%. This place is it. She said that she experienced a sense of evil like she's never experienced before. So I
felt it being there. I felt evil, dude. I felt something weird. I asked Julie, "Do you feel something?" And she's like, "Yep, it feels very weird."
Yeah,
man, I'm telling you, man.
Presence there for sure.
Yeah, I interviewed Daniel Farards, and he's done a fair amount of Amityville stuff. Like he was part of Amityville, The Awakening, and he did the Amityville Murders. He wrote and directed that one, and he was friends with the Lutzes. And up until George Lutz's death, he said that George never once said it was a hoax. He believed it to the day that he died, and Daniel knew, both of the Lutzes, and said that they, up until first, the wife died, and then George did.
Well, they did say George was. Didn't they say George was practicing occult and stuff like that too? Like
that's one of them. Yeah, that was another thing that that there's a theory on. So what's funny is everybody with Poltergeist thinks that it's an ancient Indian burial ground, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
It could be though, because Long Island is definitely, a lot of Native American, all the town names Long Island are Native American, so that could be possible,
Yeah.
That's another theory. So, but everybody gets them mixed. Poltergeist doesn't have any Native Americans. I mean, until part 2, but it's just they just moved the headstones. It's Amityville that deals with the ancient Indian burial ground.
Yeah, and that's
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and I think it's even covered in that My Amityville Horror, the Danny story. I think he had said he had seen an Indian or a spirit of an Indian in the kitchen at one point.
Oh, that's messed up, man.
So he was seeing a lot of different stuff.
I would so buy that place. I would so buy it.
I gotta read this book, man. My Amityville Horror, it's called. I gotta check this out.
It's a documentary. Like you can watch it. It's online. Yeah. I think even YouTube has it on there. Like it's a good watch because it's the actual kid Danny who grew up in the house with George. It's the kid.
I think isn't he the one who got the window on his fingers?
Yeah, and he's still going through. The documentary showed you him going through counseling because he's actually in counseling over the shit. Like,
I see. I'm looking at pictures right now.
Excuse my language. I don't know if we're. I said shit.
So
how cool is that?
Swearing is good. Animals are good. All that stuff is good. So.
Well, good because Debo's over here, my buddy. He's
nice.
Debo,
yes,
Debo.
We are very pet friendly on this channel. So then that's a good segue into Amityville Turkey Day,
the new classic. So both of these guys wanted to set it that. Okay, so let me say this was a rough shoot for me because I was very physically sick. I had a lot of things going on. I had a tooth pulled. So, I was just trying to get the job done. So you guys could handle this one, man. We got the job done. We finished it, but it was a very painful shoot for me. It wasn't as fun as normal. So it was kind of a blur.
Well, I think Tim should go first because, Tim had a really big part in the movie. And it's, for me, was funny because when I was just brand new to the set, so I didn't know anybody on set except for Erica Dyer. It's funny. My funny story about Tim was I just met him and he was so quiet, like on set. And then all of a sudden, him and Dino went to shoot a scene down in the basement, and I just hear all this friggin' screaming like maniac. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was like, what the fuck is, what's going on down? And
Tim
then it was,
yeah.
he had the GIMP mask on. It was like and you could hear them saying it, like, Dino was great. He's yelling at Tim, and he's like, don't you put your effing hands on me, get the fuck out of here. Like, it was just so funny. We heard it from upstairs. We were just like, what's going on? But it was
hilarious.
Like, Tim was so quiet, and all of a sudden he just let it all out. He's screaming downstairs. Everybody's like, what the hell? Like,
there was more for the GIMP, but Julie came down and broke it up. We were getting too out of control. We were gonna do like a David Carradine tribute where he was gonna have intestines and hanging himself. And then he was gonna be like jerking off with a prosthetic penis.
Yeah. Yeah,
like, that's enough. You guys can't do it. It's too far. So she broke us up. We were getting crazy, man.
Sometimes you need that person of reason there.
Yes, we kind of like locked her out, and then she figured out what was going on, and she came down and put an end to it, which is pretty funny. But Tim was very method. Yeah, Tim was very quiet on that set. I was a little more quiet than I normally am. So Tim was in the zone on that one. I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew like it was kind of a transformational kind of thing there. So I was trying to just kind of go, like, just be quiet through most of it, subtle until that end, just to kind of change it up a little bit. But Dino definitely, it's definitely a lot to play off of him. So he definitely carried a lot of that stuff throughout the tail end.
And it was Julie who came up with the script with Tim being a turkey gimp. We just took it a little further. I think she had him running out to the Thanksgiving table as the gimp, and he was so
wasn't there something like that? But
yeah. Then I took it up and I gave it more of a Pulp Fiction vibe and stuff. So Ralph, what was it like? I know the first day we were so busy we couldn't even get to your scenes, but you were a team player and you still had a great time. I remember that first day.
Oh yeah, no, I enjoyed it because this was my second film that I've ever done. So I was still very new to everything. So I was just trying to soak in everybody working and what they were doing and stuff. I was just kind of watching. So the first day I was on set, I didn't shoot my stuff because there was so much going on. But it was so cool, like, to see everybody working. And then the second day I came back, and it was cool because the first thing I knew about was it was a really quick scene for me, and then Julie was like, listen, we're gonna do more, we're gonna add some stuff, and all of a sudden I went from being like a nosy neighbor, I think was the first concept, like I'm just peeking out the blinds and what the hell's going on next door or something like that. Like, what the hell are these neighbors doing? They're over there screaming and shit. But then it turned into like, hey, you're gonna be Pizza Larry, you're gonna be a pizza delivery guy, and I was like, oh, cool as hell, okay. So then we got to do that, and it was like, the script for the pizza guy just got like added, so it wasn't like I had time to really memorize too much stuff. So I was like all nervous and hell, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna screw this up so bad. And it actually turned out pretty good. Like, it was pretty comical, and I had some good interaction. Not to give any spoilers but I had some good interaction with the turkey, Frank Jr.
You can now. The movie's out, so you can.
Okay. I'm glad to talk about it. It was like funny. Like, I turned around, I said to Will, because I'm gonna get a kill, and Will didn't know too much about me, so I was like, hey, I have a pro wrestling background. Can we do some stunts or something? And Will's like, what? Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
What can we do? And Dave Rodriguez was doing the turkey, like he had an actual like turkey paw, and I was like, choke slam me or something, and then we did this concept where he choke slammed us in the backyard, and I'm trying to pick up on this turkey who's got a wig on, and I'm thinking it's a female, and I'm gonna do a porn with her, and then I get suckered into going in the backyard, and he choke slams me to hell, and and it's like I get teabagged by the turkey too, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
That in, it was just comical, and
your whole segment is great. Your whole segment is a lot of fun.
It was so much fun to do, and it's cool now that it's out, because like a lot of people have been like, "Oh my god, that Pizza Larry scene was so great! It's so hilarious," and I'm like, "That's what it's all about. Like, it's just having fun."
And right before that, the turkey smoking a joint.
Yeah.
Came out funny.
And then he's like, "Hey, pizza boy," and I'm like, "Ooh," and I'm, the voice, like, here I am being a dumbass going, "Wow, you sound sexy, girl," it's like, rap, "Hey, pizza boy, I got some extra sauce for you," it just, here I am, "Hey, baby," whatever I said, something about, yeah, I could be an actor, I could do this, and yeah, come on in, the more dick the merrier, or whatever the turkey says. It's just hilarious. It's over the top, and I think that's what makes the Turkey Day movie so great is the characters, all the characters like the Gimp and Erica and Rocco and all these people. Their characters are so hilarious that you just cannot. You can sit there and be like, there's so many people that don't like cheesy horror movies, and to me, cheesy horror movies are the best because you can have so much fun with them. It doesn't always have to be.
Yeah. People have to realize it's a comedy. Like, I'm seeing some of the reviews and they're taking it so serious. I'm like, it's a rubber turkey comedy movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys got to look at it as like a comedy film. There's a lot of raunchy dialogue in there. I know people don't like either, but it was just
like
fun. And
you look at the other ones like Poultrygeist and all these other Thanksgiving turkey movies and stuff like that. And I think our movie gave everything a run for its money. Like, this is going to be a new favorite for a lot of people.
You know what it is, Ralph? You got to give it time. Me and Tim were talking about this initially. Like, when you first put out like a B horror movie, there's a wave of hate, and then you give it some time and people start to appreciate it. That seems to be what happens with movies at this level, So from my experience,
I think the more, it's like pro wrestling with gimmicks. It's the same thing as like, the more over the top, the better people like it. You know what I mean? Like, the more ridiculous it is, the better it is.
And we shot it. Yeah, we shot it different. I wanted it to be like kind of like found footagey, like kind of like The Office, where you're watching these actors go around and stuff. So it's different. It has a different vibe and a different feel. And you guys are great, man. You and Tim killed it, man. Your guys' scenes, I rewatched many times. They're hilarious. And when Tim does the transformation, I love that scene. I could watch it all day. And then Ralph, your scene is perfect, Ralph. It's so good. And it's an exterior shot of the Amityville house.
It's funny because, like I said, you appreciate it more when you're on set because you see some of the stuff that's the behind the scenes stuff. And like I said, like, the whole Tim thing was hilarious because, like I said, he was so quiet, and then all of a sudden he's like, just down, and then I didn't know, we didn't see it visually what was going on downstairs, but then when I watched the movie, I was like, oh my god, like, what the hell? It's so funny, it's just hilarious. You gotta love it.
Well, so how much then of ad-libbing did you guys do in this? I mean, there's obviously a script. So how would you allow them to do a lot of ad-libbing, or was it stick with the script? Or
Ralph did the whole script, and then he did some ad-libbing with the turkey. Like, I want to smell your hair like Joe Biden. It was Ralph.
Yeah, I wish I could change it and said, I want to give you that Biden sniff of approval or something. But at the time, I was like, that's what came out.
I remember that. That was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was, I did that, I want to get you moaning and gobbling like a turkey. I'll knock your boots from here to Albuquerque.
Yeah, he did that. Like, that was Ralph. So what happened was scheduling. A lot of people had to relieve, so a lot of scenes had to be cut. So we did have to improv a lot of things. Right, Tim? You were pretty much on page, but there was a couple times where you had to improv, right? Because a lot of people schedules, Dino had to go sometimes. Sure. So it's tough, man. It's tough, but we got it done.
Is it tough to stay on script and then have like the person next to you ad lib?
You always want to stay on script, man, but in a situation like that, I think it benefited and it worked. And I don't know, Tim, how is it for you? Because you're pretty, and especially in your universe, it's by the script, it's by the book, by the page.
Yeah, I mean, you just react to whatever's going on, pretty much.
You roll the punches. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a mixture of stuff with this one, so it was good.
It was supposed to be more, the original script was like more creepy, more horror based and stuff, but then it just turned into a dark comedy, and it worked out, man. I think it has a lot of good things in there.
So when you found out that Amityville Thanksgiving was doing well, it was getting written up, people were talking about it and all that.
Yeah.
how then did the concept for Amityville Turkey Day come about? Why not do a direct, more or less, I mean, a direct sequel to Amityville, Thanksgiving? You moved it to a different location. You have some different actors.
Yeah. Well, we were
What was
supposed to
that
have
process?
Mark was supposed to come back, but he got too sick. Who else? Natalie was supposed to come back, but she was sick, Yeah, a lot of things were different. Kyle Rappaport was actually supposed to play the Dino character. Could you imagine that? Him being the Dino character. That would have been interesting. I think he would have pulled it off though, but he couldn't come last minute either. So we had Dino come in there. So a lot of things changed last minute. Mark just never recovered, but he was supposed to be there, and so we had to change things up.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So,
but it was the demand, the people, the audience wanted to kill a turkey, so that's how we had to do it. Ron kind of set us up because he made that artwork with the turkey on it, so people were demanding it.
Oh, that's a great cover. I mean, that is.
Yeah. People were saying it's CGI. It's not. That was made by an artist. I don't know why people are saying that.
That's nice.
That was
nice.
Yeah.
And the T-shirt. I have the T-shirt too. So.
I mean, AI. They're saying it's AI. I'm like, literally, an artist made that. I don't know why they're saying it's an AI cover. People are so weird.
There's a bunch of versions for both films, and they're all really good. All the stills.
Are there plans for a third one?
Yes, actually, some breaking news. We decided to make Amityville Thanksgiving Cannibal, aka Amityville Thanksgiving 3, which is going to be a prequel, and it's going to be DeMonico in his early days. So more of like a slasher thing, like a Hannibal Lecter. And who knows? You might see Ralph Ray and Tim come back as different characters. It's probably going to take place in the 70s.
I'll shave my face. Nice. That way I look different now.
Yeah.
Not the pizza guy.
I mean, the good thing is that you have, movies with Mark in them. You know, so you always have something to, remember him by, which is great.
Yeah. Well, it took so long to come out. It was supposed to come out last Thanksgiving, but I was waiting for Mark to do scenes, and he just never got healthy. And as soon as he passed in February, God rest his soul, I finished the movie like a month later and just gave it, got it done for SRS. So it was tough.
Yeah. I mean, I noticed with Amityville Thanksgiving that at the end when he does his speech that he's got the
that was real.
Like that was real. Yeah, and you give a reason to why it's there. So you know, and when I was watching the film, I kind of went, "Uh-oh,"
I always tell people he was my Sid Haig, man. I just wish his health was a little better. We would have done a lot of movies together. He was supposed to be in Camp Murder, but he something happened last minute too. So yeah, I'm glad we had some very special movies together. Bloody Nun 2 was also a huge hit that still sells like crazy today. And he was in that. And then I said John Ward was in that. I would have never thought that movie went so far. It got so much hate when it first came out. It was just ahead of its time with the raunchiness and the craziness, and it just still does so well. It's so crazy.
Remember that the YouTube guys that just trashed it?
Yeah. It's so funny. Like people talk about it, they talk so bad about it, but in a way they find it so entertaining because they're just, they make a 40-minute video on it. It's like, yeah, man, I guess you like something about it that you decided to make a video about it.
I liked the first Bloody Nun enough to reach out to you and be like, I need to be in the second one.
Yeah.
It's not that I want to be in the second one. It's that I need to be in the second one.
You did a great job. Well, there was a lot of recent videos where they were shocked the way you died. Very unexpected, and they had to blur it out because it looks so realistic. Because he was good. He was twitching his fingers. How do you say? What do you call it? There's a way you can't say the word on YouTube. I don't want to. There's a special way to say it. Babe, Julie, what do you say? What's the word? You can't say the S word. What do you say when somebody when somebody hurts themselves, takes themselves out? There's a word you're supposed to say.
Oh,
yes, unalive. He unalived himself.
Yeah.
God, that's a good. Yeah, we get taken down if you say that word.
So stupid. So absolutely stupid. So, so we got a couple more here to look at. Surprisingly, one of these
That's insane.
is a Thanksgiving movie, Boogeyman 2.
Mm.
This has all of them. So if you like the Boogeyman movies, this has like the 80s, the Boogeyman and Return of the Boogeyman.
Was the Boogeyman 2 really bad though? That's what I remember.
Yeah, because
it was pretty bad, right? Compared to the first. The first one was great. The second one was pretty.
I need to rewatch the second one because I don't want to give it. Well, I shouldn't give spoilers if you haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
But the ending, I'm like, oh, really, really. But it does. Yeah, it says Boogeyman 2 is a scream fest you won't want to miss. When therapy patients get together, the terrors of their past come back to haunt them. So I'm guessing it takes place on Thanksgiving Day, weekend, something like that. But it's a good collection, though.
Oh, you have the full collection, yeah.
But nothing beats the original The Boogeyman from the 80s. That is one of my favorite slasher films. That is a great movie.
I almost just bought. Walmart has like the Resident Evil collection, like 1 through 4, for like $2, and I was gonna buy it, and I was like, I'm never gonna watch them. I've seen them so many times.
Oh my god, I can watch them. I watch that a couple of them every year at least.
Really? Yeah, Julie was trying to get me to buy it. I was like, no, we should save money. I should have bought it.
Well, Mila Jovovich is my favorite, so she's my number one. So yeah. I'll watch anything with her in it. So
I love those.
I even got to party with her back in the 90s.
Really?
So, yeah, I went to her record release party because she has an album.
Wow. Oh wow!
Called The Divine Comedy. It's just Mila, and it's great. It's kind of folky type music, and she performed the whole album there, and I got to hang out with her when it was done.
She's a legend. She's a legend.
Nice.
So, yeah, and it's funny is she was, at least back then, like a big stoner, and she asked me if I smoked pot, and I looked up, and behind her was like a 7-foot tall black bodyguard.
Yeah,
and he just looked at me and went. And I went, no, I don't. I'm like, damn it!
Wow, you could have ended up marrying. You could have ended up marrying Mila Jovovich. He stopped you.
Yeah, who would? Yeah, maybe. You never know. So
he blocked you. He you know what blocked you?
He did.
Wow.
He BC'd me. Okay, so now I got to ask you the comparison on this because the next one is Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
The complete collection here. Movies 1 and 3 because part 2 was never made. Part 1 is good. Part 3 sucks beyond belief. I've never seen it, and I know it's
yes. I will. That's the one that it's just not worth watching because it's so bad, and they just jumped the shark. Thanksgiving is the bad movie that is so bad it's good. You know. And it also was done for $3,000, and it also inspired a generation of filmmakers. You know, they really did something amazing to make such a low budget film. You know,
yeah. So
the third one.
Difference.
The difference is
whose turkey is better.
Turkey Day is a better movie. Thanksgiving does have a pretty badass turkey. Oh man, Ralph, you guys go ahead. I think overall. Thanksgiving is, let's be honest, Thanksgiving is hard to get through, man. Let's be honest. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the turkey in Thanksgiving, isn't that when he's like, nice tits, bitch?
Yeah, nice tits. I mean, that line right there is like the best line in history.
Yeah, that's when you start, and that was like the opening of the movie or something. So,
oh, yeah.
It got you laughing, but I think our turkey, Frank Jr., he's hilarious. He's kick-ass. He's smoking a joint like Will. It's just really putting on a wig, you know, doing all this kind of funny stuff, choke slamming people. You know, he wants to have an orgy with all these women in the house and bring them more.
Frank Jr. is more demonic, and he has more of a you know, what he wants to do. He has more of a reason to be there. Thanksgiving was just really. It was even more over the top ridiculous. So I feel like Turkey Day was more serious of a film. It's hard to say, man. Thanksgiving, people hate it, but like I said, it's so bad, it's good, and you know, it's a different type of film, man. I don't know. It's hard to compare, but it is a special film. I would not take anything away.
I think Frank Jr. will give the other turkey a run for his money. Like,
I think so too.
Yeah, he's pretty good there. You can't get.
I think he'll disavow him. He's
all in turkey. in this have a name?
No, just turkey. Just turkey.
It's just turkey. See, you guys gave yours a name.
Well, he had some good kills in there, like when he goes through the guy's chest. The turkey has a really uncomfortable, awkward sex scene in there, which is like really weird. I guess we did too in ours. I forgot about that.
So, I mean, should there be maybe a sub-genre of Thanksgiving killer turkey movies? Like, can we have like 10 of them? Yeah. And the turkeys are just different names and different types of.
Right now, there's three. There's three. Well, there's four because you have Thanksgiving, Turkey Day, Thanksgiving 3, and then what's the other one? Ralph,
Poltergeist.
Yeah, they say Poltergeist, but was that on Thanksgiving? I don't remember.
It's listed.
It's listed.
Yeah,
but then I love Poltergeist. Poltergeist is my favorite trauma movie. Yeah, but what's the other one with the giant turkey man? Not Blood Freak. What is it, Julie?
Blood Freak.
Blood Freak. Yeah, Blood Freak is the other one. So there's 4, 5.
Yeah.
There you go, 5.
Yeah, that's the anti-drug movie because he takes like acid or something or LSD and he changes into the giant half human, half chicken.
Half turkey.
This is a really nice box set. It's a 3-disc and it's got this really nice slipcover on it.
Have you ever watched this documentary on that? Like the behind the scenes of that?
I want to say yes when I originally saw it.
There was so many fights on that set. It was so insane. Like full on like fist fights on that set. Great movie though. I think that we worked with Lloyd recently. God bless him. He was amazing. This was peak trauma, man. I think that's as good as it gets for trauma. That was there. That and Terra Firma was amazing. But
I love Terra Firma. I think Woody Allen stole that.
Yeah,
because Woody Allen has a movie about a blind director.
Yeah,
and that came out after Terra Firma.
Yeah, he probably did.
So I think Woody Allen stole it from.
For me, those are amazing movies, Terra Firma and Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Even though it's kind of half of a musical, Poltergeist, it's still pretty damn good.
Well, see, they didn't go full musical.
They didn't go full musical. I think that's what saved it.
Yeah, but like you're not supposed to go full retard. You're
exactly.
According to Robert Downey Jr., you're supposed to go, only part.
I heard they're going to make a sequel to that too. Hopefully.
I think that they should, just because, man, this is what there goes. Just because they wanted to cancel Ben Stiller, so I think that he should make a sequel and make it.
That's why Ben Stiller disappeared. They're trying to cancel Ben Stiller. Damn it, I didn't know.
They tried for that movie. I think some people even tried for Robert Downey Jr.
He's coming back with the Happy Gilmore, which I'm excited to see. But I would say I agree with Ralph. I try to watch Thanksgiving before we did Turkey Day just to see what they did, so we didn't fully copy them and stuff. And it was hard to get through. I'll be honest, man. It was hard to get through.
Well, what movies did you? Did you have people watch movies? Did you watch films at all to kind of get everybody inspired?
For that one, I did. For the Camp Bloods, I had to watch all the Camp Bloods except 4 and 5 because let's not, because we all know why. Yeah,
I've come to kind of like part 4, but
yeah, I heard they use those movies to torture people in Guantanamo Bay, but that's a different story. But yeah, I think it's gonna take some time, like Ralph said, but I think Turkey Day is gonna catch on, man. It's gonna be a Thanksgiving classic,
Well, I mean, it does. I mean, both have good covers, but I think that definitely Turkey Day has that. That's great because that's the Amityville window. I mean, that's pretty.
That is the Amity. I never noticed that. That is the Amityville window. Wow. I never caught that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crap.
So
nice artwork too.
Yeah. I mean, both of them are good.
Yeah.
But I prefer this one a little bit more.
Yeah, I got the turkey T-shirt too as well, and I love wearing.
Yeah, I got it, Ralph. I'm gonna send that to you over the weekend. I have it here actually.
Yeah, it's that's great.
All right, so I'm going to let you guys go soon. So, but I would like for us to go over just this list and see if you guys have heard of any of these. So,
sure.
This is the top 20 Thanksgiving horror movies, A Feast of Fear. And it is from mylisticles.com. Okay.
I thought you were gonna say my testicles. Now let me stop.
I was trying not to. So 20 Thanksgiving horror movies. 1 Blood Rage.
Yes,
That's the Cranberry movie.
very fun. A lot of fun. Great kills in it.
Yeah, very 80s with that.
Very
one.
80s,
Yeah.
very
A
ridiculous.
lot of sweatpants, all that.
But for like effects wise, if you want to like do horror effects, it's a great movie to watch and learn how to do effects. It's pretty cool.
Number 2, Eli Roth's Thanksgiving short.
Oh God, yeah,
From
iconic,
Grindhouse.
iconic. We did copy that. Okay, John, I will say this: we did copy that for the trailer of Amityville Turkey Day. It was a tribute to the Thanksgiving short. We, you know, like shot for shot, we try to copy it. Yeah, with the voiceover and everything.
That's you know, steal from the best. So because he stole from the best, you know, because he was doing the, you know, the 80s type of thing. And then so there is I would love to see from Grindhouse, and this is Rob Zombie. I would love to see his like SS movie. Nick Cage as Fu Manchu. I mean, that stuff would just be great.
Yeah.
I mean, just like the whole Elsa, you know, Wicked Warden type stuff. I really wish that he would do that, because even the Machete movies were good.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they actually made
You
all
never
of those
know.
into movies.
You never know.
They
should.
And then, of course, number 3 is Thanksgiving, the actual film version.
Loved it.
We did talk about that. Gonna have to rewatch it. Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. Gonna rewatch it there. Thanksgiving is number 4.
Gets a
Thanksgiving 3 is number 5, which I'll never watch.
There. It was terrible. It's terrible, man.
Christy, number 6.
Julie saw it the other day. She said Christy was amazing. She was trying to get me to watch it, but I passed out. Maybe we'll watch it tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I've never seen it. I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, she said it's very good.
Okay. The Into the Dark series, Pilgrim. Hulu from 2019.
Haven't seen that. Heard of it though, but I haven't seen it.
Then Boogeyman 2, 2007. Home Sweet Home, 1981.
That's the bodybuilder who goes crazy, but I haven't seen it. No, he looks like Lou Ferrigno, but it's not. I think he's a football player.
Oh, that's
Body by Jake. It's Body by Jake.
Yes, yes, it is. Thank you,
Thank
Julie. Is there a way of getting a cameo from Julie? Is she comfortable?
Julie, you want to say hi?
Pop in and say hi?
No, she doesn't want to.
Ah.
She's laying down with the dogs, but she said hello and happy Thanksgiving.
Hello.
At least say happy Thanksgiving. She said happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Number 10 is Blood Freak, 1972.
I have to see that.
Here is one I've never heard of. It's Thanksgiving, but it's THANX.
I saw that on the list. I never heard of that either.
Yeah. Anybody else hear of that one?
No.
That's obscure. I think Amityville Thanksgiving is more known than that one, and that one had a way bigger budget. It's pretty amazing, right?
Yeah, it's. You would think some of these you would hear of them. Number 12, Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead.
Classic.
Yeah.
How about Black Friday with Bruce Campbell?
I want to see it. I haven't seen it. It's aliens. It's like aliens.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, it was good. It was aliens.
You recommend it, Ralph?
I do. I enjoyed it. It had a great cast, and the story is over the top too, funny.
Anything
and
Bruce Campbell.
And you can relate to the movie, like as being black. The Black Friday shoppers and stuff like that. Like you can relate to the movie pretty good. So yeah, I definitely would watch that one.
I'm gonna check it out.
Okay, I should watch it because I worked at Best Buy for a couple years and had.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Black Friday. Oh my God, it's a nightmare.
You'll know exactly what I'm saying. You'll appreciate it because that's what these guys are. They're Bruce Campbell's like the cheap, conniving boss, and then you have like Michael Jai White. You got all these like great people in the movie, and it's a great cast and it's a funny story, and yeah, definitely worth a watch.
Okay, good. Okay, well, okay. So now I got maybe 2 to watch on Thanksgiving. Okay,
I want to check that out too.
Number 14, Derelicts from 2017. Looks like a bunch of maybe inbred people eating a Thanksgiving dinner.
Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, don't know that one. Number 15, The Last Thanksgiving from 2020.
Mm-mm.
I believe I did see
Who knew that there were so many?
People are catching on.
Number 16 is what is considered to be one of the first found footage movies. The McPherson tape, aka Alien Abduction Incident in Lake County, 1998.
Was Milo Jovovich was in that or no?
No. This is the one where it's the Thanksgiving dinner and the aliens arrive outside the house.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I
think you're thinking of The Fourth Kind. Is that the one with me?
I know she's in
The Fourth Kind. Yeah.
Fourth Kind. Okay.
Which is also kind of, well, it's not really found. It's not really found footage, but it's recorded footage.
Okay.
Like it's like her talking into the camera and stuff like that. But this one, that McPherson tape, is a lot of people thought it was real. So if you went back then to like those conventions and stuff with like UFOs, a lot of people thought it was real.
The Blair Witch style.
Because nothing had been done like that before. It was totally, except for like Cannibal Holocaust or whatever, like nobody had seen anything like this. Number 17 is Harvest of Fear, which I own. I can't find it, but I have it as a double feature on Blu-ray. But it's a friends take a hunting trip. The tables turn. They become the hunted. The Thanksgiving turkey isn't the only thing on the menu. Number 18 is The Town That Dreaded Sundown, 1976.
I gotta still watch that one.
Yeah, and watch the requel. I thought it was pretty good. I thought they did a good job on it.
The remake was.
And you like that one, Ralph?
Yeah, one of my friends was actually in that movie. He was like the gas station. Yeah, Jeremy, who was also in the Walking Dead TV show for a while. So yeah,
oh wow,
he's in it. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Neat.
Okay, Tim, do any of these stand out to you? Have you seen any of them? Do you think?
Probably some of the earlier stuff, but not so much these later ones.
Yeah,
they're kind of new to me.
Me too.
Yeah, a lot of these I've never heard of. So
I think they just got added to these lists this year because they weren't on there last year because I didn't hear them last year.
Right.
And number 19 is Seance. Seance takes a unique approach to Thanksgiving horror. It starts with a college student trying to connect with the other side during a Thanksgiving seance. What could possibly go wrong, right? Well, things quickly spiral out of control as supernatural forces are unleashed. Okay. Yeah, no idea. Intensity from 1997.
No.
And so that was 20. And there was one on here that I wanted to. Okay. So down at the bottom, this one. Okay, so they give, like, Are You Still Hungry? Here are a few others. So they do mention Amityville, A New Generation, set around Thanksgiving. A haunted mirror takes center stage in this 7th movie in the extremely loosely connected Amityville series. Intensity, Seance, You're Next.
Yes, You're Next was definitely Thanksgiving. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah,
I do. I remember that being discussed. Yep.
Okay. Grandma Werewolf. That's 2017. No idea.
Sounds interesting though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad title. A Ghost Note about a ghost of a blues musician that haunts a young woman after a disastrous Thanksgiving with her family. Will, you had mentioned this one earlier, The Oath, 2000.
Yes, that was a good movie. That was a cool movie. It wasn't really horror, but it was definitely a cool plot and idea. It was definitely different.
Last
like
Thanksgiving.
A dark comedy, very gory.
Okay. So here's the very last one. and then I'm going to let you guys go because, as I'm sure you have stuff to do.
It was a fun show.
I saw this. So the very last one listed on here is Amityville Thanksgiving 2022. This ultra low budget movie proves that people will put the Amityville title on just about anything.
All right. I knew we would make the list. I was waiting for it.
Nice.
Yep, there you are. And it was So do you agree with that? That you could just tack on the Amityville title to pretty much anything?
You can, but you got to put some, you know, I look at it differently, man. I look at it, it's prestigious because I come from Long Island and Amityville was like 10 minutes from me. You know, these guys are from on the East Coast too. So we look at it differently. It's like an honor to do an Amityville film. You have these guys like Amityville Gas Chamber and Amityville like mocking it and stuff. I don't like that. I think you should take it seriously and try and make the best movie possible. So those people who try and like clown it and, you know, I think I don't like that. Gas Chamber, he's
toilet seat.
Toilet. Yeah, no, I don't like that, man. When it was that close to me, and I take it very seriously, and I take pride in them. I'm not gonna ever mock it like that. You know, people really died, man. You know, so take it very serious.
So do you? And this is, these are questions for all you guys. So I mean, do you feel that you should take a movie that was just Joe Goes Fishing, but call it Amityville Joe Goes Fishing? Like, do you feel that just taking the title and just putting it on some random movie is okay?
No, I don't think so. No.
Would you watch those?
Ones that are like Amityville Toilet Seat or Amity, I don't know. There's like so many different ones that you see them all now. Became like
Amityville Vibrator, like, come on, man.
Yeah, like stuff like that. It's like, why? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sadly, I own them all. So I am an Amityville completist. I have an entire shelf that is stacked double of all Amityville movies.
Wow.
So
Tim just had one come out, Amityville, the cowboy one, Tim.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, and that's good. That's
good. Yeah, that's great. We have Amityville Shark House, which was like a big studio Lionsgate film coming out next year. So I take it seriously, man, out of respect, and we try to make the best movie possible. You know.
Mm-hmm.
To make it an Amityville movie, do you need to mention Amityville or the house or the murders or?
Well, you're not supposed to mention the house legally because then Sony gets mad. That's what I was told. So you kind of. And the house being haunted, so you kind of try and stay away from that, you know.
Okay.
So we mentioned the town. We usually mention the town, but you try and stay away from the house because it's legally tied up. And
that's weird because
Sony could buy us all, you know. Yeah, I was told, you know, to not mention the house. Or the house being haunted.
That's so weird because, like I mentioned before, that house isn't like its own thing. It's you could go into that area. There are other houses that have that colonial look.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you went to a house that was 2 miles away from the original house and shot some stuff outside, you should be able to use that without any problem.
Yeah, that's what I was told by the Lionsgate executive. They're like, whatever you do, just don't mention the house or it being haunted, or Sony gets upset. I was like, okay, I won't.
Wow.
Well, yeah, that was kind of the thing with Ron Bonk and doing these Amityville anthologies. I was going to be part of that, and I chose not to be.
Yeah.
Because there was the list of things that you couldn't do, and I'm like, then it's not an Amityville movie.
Yeah, it's you know, the plot for the plot for Shark House is he has to sell the Amityville house. So we did mention it, but like, don't mention it being haunted or it's going to be a problem. I was like, all right. So so it's weird. It's weird because we did mention the house and we did like show it, but it's like, I don't know. And then in Thanksgiving, we actually showed the actual house. I don't even know if that's legal, but we did it, you know, but it's B-roll.
That's right.
It's B-roll, you know, because somebody else was selling B-roll. So I was like, all right, I'll get my own B-roll if somebody else did it, you know?
Yep.
Well, that's where I think the cursed items stuff works. So
yeah.
Because I want to write Amityville Campout, where it's a haunted Oh, come on. What do you sleep in when you camp out? What?
Tent.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's and at the very end they look at the tag and it says like property of Ronnie on it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they find it in a storage unit. And then I did a joke poster for Amityville White House.
I remember that.
Yeah, and it was basically during the transition between Trump and Biden.
Yeah.
So a Trump character gives the Biden character a cursed item from the house.
Yeah.
And they put it up in the White House, and then that becomes haunted and all that. But
I gotta say that I feel very proud to be a part of the Amityville series and be an alumni of the Amityville films. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very proud of it, and it's an honor, man. And I think we have a big part of it, you know. So Ralph too, being in Turkey Day, and Tim too. You've been in so many and some big ones too. So Amityville in Space was another big one. So very proud, man. We take pride in it.
Did you ever get contacted by David C. Hayes?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll have to message him because he's writing the like an Amityville companion book.
Yeah, I did a couple interviews for some. He released the Amityville thing. He's doing a book on it. He did the last Amityville movie. I can't remember his name. He has a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
That's the guy from the Timelines. Yeah.
Yes, Timeline. I did an interview for his book. I don't know if it ever came out, but it was a cool interview.
Yeah, but David is he's I do the introduction to it.
Nice.
And so but I told him to reach out to you. He said that you should reach out to you.
Yeah, man.
Just when Amityville Thanksgiving came out. This is before Turkey Day.
Very nice.
You should reach out to Will because that's obviously going to be part of the book.
Very nice.
You know, because he's looking at every single one.
Wow.
Great.
But it's taking a while, I guess. So.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, thank you. I think this is a good
blast.
place to end it. Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you for sticking through all the movies and the list and all that. I really appreciate it.
Guys, check out Amityville Turkey Day on Tubi right now, and also later this week we have Camp Blood 9 coming out. Tim is in it, Ralph is in it, and John. We gave you a special thanks. You were supposed to record something, but we ran out of time with Sterling's deadline. But you're in there. I got you in there, John. I got you in there. There you go. Oh, that looks crazy. There's the statue.
Speaking of Camp Blood 9, there's a guy behind me there. He's kind of
that's awesome.
He's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
nice. I love it.
Yeah, he's in my living room over here. So this guy's he's a fixture over here.
It comes out Friday. We cannot wait. This has been a fun year, man.
That's awesome.
Great.
So yeah, I'm a fan of that too. So
yeah,
David has called me the ultimate Camp Blood fan. Well, I'm in part 10. So
when are we gonna do a video just talking about all the Camp Blood movies, man? Come on, what are we waiting for? I love Camp Blood. We got to do that. I love the Camp Blood.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, it's funny with Camp Blood 10 is I auditioned for a cop and a mechanic.
Yeah,
small roles, and then the director goes, I really like your voice. I want you to be the male lead. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah. And he sent me the script, and I sent him a message back going, the lead is like 6 foot tall, blonde haired. He's like a football player. He's got like the 6-pack. I'm like, dude, I'm 5'8", bald. I'm 57, and I'm fat. And he goes, well, we're not using your looks, we're just using your voice. So it's like, oh, okay.
It would be cool if you went there and they put a blonde wig on you and stuff and some shit. But yeah, I love the movie, but they did you dirty in that movie. The way you got killed in that was messed up, man. I was like, oh man, I thought you were gonna make it to the end and they just brutalized you. So sad.
Well, I'm still trying to get David. I don't know. I worked on Axe Grinder 2, but I still want to do a Camp Blood. And my idea for Camp Blood is Groundhog Day.
That's pretty cool.
The girl keeps getting killed over and over and over again by the clown.
Oh yeah, nice.
That's pretty neat.
So, but it was supposed to. I wanted it to be 8, so he could take the 8 and make it the infinity.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Cool.
But we're way past 8. So
it's gonna be interesting. 9, man. We pulled out all the stops for 9, and Axe Grinder, we pulled out all the stops. It's gonna be interesting to see who does the next ones, man, because we really took it to another level. So it's gonna be fun, man. You know?
Nice. Okay. Well, we'll do a Camp Blood one. We'll do.
We got it. Axe Grinder. Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. I'm sure these guys will want to come too because they're in both of them.
Yeah,
too.
Get you guys on there.
And I don't know if you know this, but Ralph Ray is the first actor, I know we got to go, to play both Freddie Palmer and Stan Cunningham.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. I'm so honored.
I am honored that you are on my video. There
And
yeah, I love that. It's great.
Yeah. And I don't want to give too much away, but you might see them in the same movie. I don't want to spoil nothing, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Well,
Nice.
let's see, because David took my treatment for Camp Blood Meets Axe Grinder. So,
ooh, nice. I didn't know that. Wow.
yeah.
Oh wow. So let's just say we set it up. So that's all I'm going to say. I can't give anything away.
Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Will. Thank you,
Great
Ralph.
time,
Thank
guys.
you, Tim. Man, you've been in so much stuff I have watched. It's amazing. So it's great to have you on here. I have so many of Mark Polonia's films that you were in. So man, it is awesome to have you on here and to talk to you. So thank you.
Tim's a living legend. Ralph's a legend in the making, and I don't know what I am, but I'm something.
You're Will.
I'm Will. That's all. That's it, man. Have a great night, guys.
Don't let Will
right,
fool you. He has his own Funko. Don't let him fool you.
Hey, so that's something that you should do. So you got all these movies now. Do Funko Pops for him. Do a Funko Pop of the turkey.
I do have my own Funko Pops. Have you seen them, John, or no?
And so
I haven't seen yours, but I know you can make them.
Yeah, hang on. Let me see. Let me get up. Give me a second. Let me get my Funkos. I'm wearing pants. Don't worry.
I love Funko Pops. I absolutely love them. That's a good shirt,
Ralph.
too.
Oh,
Thanks to Ralph Ray, we have... Oh, no. What happened?
Oh, right in front of you.
There we are.
Okay.
Put it like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, right here. Okay. We have
Yeah.
Julie's Funko Pop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice.
And then she has mine. But for some reason, she's way taller than me. My Funko's
She's in
really
heels.
short. Yeah, my Funko's really short, but it's okay.
Oh, those are awesome.
It's a good way to end it, man. Great time, guys. Great time.
So, all right. Well, thanks, everybody. And I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys will be on another video. And take care. Have a good Thanksgiving. Have a good Thanksgiving to everybody out there, too. Please be safe. Drive safe. And just stay at home and watch horror movies on Thanksgiving. So don't go driving. So,
Yeah,
all right.
absolutely.
I will talk to everybody on the next video. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Down to 2. Down to 1. All right. There we go, everybody. Thanks a lot. This was an absolute privilege and honor to have those 3 people on. I never met Ralph, so that was awesome. And I've been a fan of Tim's for a long time. And it was great to have Will on again. So, we'll definitely do more of these. So, and seriously, please watch horror movies on Thanksgiving. They're fun. We gave you a whole bunch of them here. And, don't drink and drive. Don't do any of that stuff. So just spend time with cranberries. And I will see you on the next one. Okay. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.